Today, I'm checking out the NGK 7082 G-Power BPR5EGP spark plugs and giving you my straight take on how they hold up. Before I go on, you will find a link to purchase this and other models at a discount in the description below the video. You can place your order right now. I'm running a simple screen recording here since I can't show the actual plugs on camera. Not ideal, but it still lets me walk you through what matters and what you should expect from these plugs in real use. These plugs sit in the middle ground between basic copper and higher-end iridium.
Did you know that the best discounts on Amazon last only a few hours? That's why I launched 2 channels where I publish the highest discounts on Amazon products in real time every day. Follow the link in the description and subscribe to our Threads and Telegram channels right now to consistently save money on your everyday purchases.
NGK uses a fine wire platinum center electrode on this series, and the idea is simple: better ignition, cleaner burn, and a bit more consistency when the engine is hot or under load. That's what people want from a plug that's more than the cheapest option, but not crazy expensive. The first thing people usually care about is whether the engine starts smoother. With the G-Power, you do get a sharper spark thanks to that thin center electrode. On most engines that match the BPR5EGP spec, cold starts feel a bit steadier. Nothing dramatic, but noticeable if your old plugs were worn. If your ignition system is already in rough shape, these won't magically fix it, but they do remove one weak point. Durability is one of the reasons folks look at platinum plugs. NGK rates these for longer life than copper, and that's usually true. They keep their gap and resist fouling decently, especially if the engine burns clean and the tune is okay. If your engine tends to run rich or burn oil, any plug will struggle, and these are no exception. They handle carbon buildup better than cheap plugs, but they can still get coated if the engine has bigger problems. Engine response is where some people expect too much. These plugs won't turn an old car into something quick. What they do give is a more stable idle and smoother throttle feel. When the spark is consistent, you don't get small hiccups under light load. It's subtle but real. In some engines, you might also notice fewer random misfires that come from worn copper plugs. Again, this depends on the rest of the ignition system. Fuel economy claims are usually exaggerated. If your old plugs were bad, you might see a small improvement. If your previous plugs were fine, you shouldn't expect measurable gains. The G-Power line is more about stable combustion than saving gas. Installation on these is simple if you're used to plug changes. The threads are clean, the insulator is solid, and NGK's build quality is consistent. One thing to keep in mind is the factory set gap. NGK usually sets it right, but you should still check it. Some buyers skip this and run into issues that aren't the plug's fault. A quick check avoids a lot of guessing later. The shell design seats well in most heads, and you don't usually get cross-thread problems unless the engine threads are already damaged. Not everything is perfect. These plugs don't handle extreme performance setups well. If you're running forced induction or heavy mods, you'll want iridium or a plug designed for high heat. These are made for daily drivers, small engines, and stock setups. And if your ignition coils are weak, these plugs won't mask the problem. Some users think a better plug fixes everything, but ignition issues stack up fast. Something else worth mentioning is consistency between sets. NGK is usually strong here, but now and then someone gets a plug that feels slightly off spec. It's rare, but it happens. Always check the gap in the electrode alignment before installation. It takes seconds and can save you frustration. Overall, the NGK 7082 G-Power BPR5EGP plugs sit in a nice practical spot. They're reliable, they spark well, they last longer than copper, and they don't cost much. If you're maintaining a car, motorcycle, generator, or any engine that calls for this model, they're a solid pick. Just don't expect huge performance jumps. Expect steadier, cleaner operation. If this walkthrough helped, hit subscribe and drop a like. It keeps the channel going and helps me make more reviews like this.